Hello, my name is Dr. Davidson, and this is another question that I'm going to answer. And this is from a doctor who wanted to know how to add a source of cash to her insurance only practice. And that is, I believe, a very, very common question, especially in today's time and era where a lot of the insurance companies are paying very minimal, at least in most of the states in the United States. And I'm not so sure how it is in the rest of the world, as YouTube is a global medium, but in the United States, especially Los Angeles, where I live, and these HMOs are making it more and more difficult for a lot of the doctors to make the ends meet. So paying the bills of the practice are, I'm sure, extremely challenging for a lot of you guys out there. And it is very, I would say, interesting for a lot of the folks to consider a cash practice such as cosmetic surgery or other alternative sources of income to be added to your practice if you are only practicing insurance only practices. Well, the truth is that it's very easy to add cash practice to your currently existing practice, and it can be done in a systematic manner. It all depends on your current setting, where your office is located, what kind of practice you're in, and what kind of specialty you're in, and what your comfort level is in terms of going outside of the realm of your own particular specialty, and also what kind of training you're willing to receive to become more comfortable with your practice that's outside of your current area of specialty. Obviously, some doctors are extremely sensitive about the boundaries and don't want to step outside of the very limited boundary of their own specialty. Let's say somebody is an internist and they want to stay within the boundaries of the internal medicine. Even with them, I can create creative formulations for, say, preventative medical conditions, say heart, preventative heart health formulations that can be IV or oral and can be sold as formulations, and others, weight management or nutraceuticals of some type that we can brand them. I can make them global even. They can be global products. I do that a lot. And we can do all kinds of things. We can create e-commerce where the website is doing all the work. You don't have to do a thing. The website is selling it. It can be sold even on Amazon, and it can be sold globally. Because if the products are not necessarily pharmaceuticals, they're not, medications, then they're not bound by certain things that the FDA has to regulate. So then we can, make it wide open to the marketplace. So there are a lot of ways to do a lot of things that opens the option of cash flow to your practice. It all depends on your specialty, your comfort level, your vision for the future, your desires and dislikes, and what it is you would like to do a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and when your retirement is and what your plans are for retirement. So we've got to map this out, and based on that and your financial situation, and we do one of the things we do is we always bring in financial support in terms of loans or investment if necessary, so that we can have elaborate plans, even if necessary, for you, especially being that you guys are doctors, as we are, as I am. And so it's easy to get financed given that they believe in us and they know that as doctors we have a great future. We can do things that, because of decades of our studies and education and dedication, we are good for it, good for the money. So they're willing to invest on us, in us, and so they will go ahead and lend us the money without a question if they know that the business plan that I create with the numbers are believable, which they will be, and the plan is sane and believable, which it will be, and that it can be pulled off and the team is in place, which it will be, then there's going to be no problem getting the funding and making it happen. So, and the good part is that you don't necessarily have to be involved in the operations side of it as a doctor, per se. We would have the right people in place to pull it off and get it done. You would be involved in where you need to be involved, but not necessarily where it doesn't require your time. So that the process is taking its course, and you would just receive the dividend from the time, energy, effort, the money that you put in, and you see the profitability of the idea and the plan and the investment. So there are so many options. The answer is there's so many variabilities and options available to us as doctors to create cash flow. And it's sort of a good thing and a bad thing because of all these different options. It's almost hard to choose, and there's so many options. There's so few hours in a day, but at the same time, once you make a decision, then it's a matter of execution. So you gotta adhere to that plan, not deviate, because there's always options and people come and try to drag you into their plan. So you just gotta stick with it. Just say, no, I'm already planning, I'm on this plan. So don't get into any other, direction or anything else. Just got to stick with this until you get it to profitability. And it may take time, but we get committed. We keep going until you get it to profitability. Once I get that to profitability and I get operations going, I can build you a second one. In other words, I would get the right one on track. If that's the plan, I would put an operator in place. That person is doing the operations. Even if it requires a doctor, we'll extract you, put another doctor in place so you don't even have to be there. It's a hands-off operation. The other doctor is doing all the work. You don't have to do a thing. And then now you're free to go on with us, build the second business. It could be the same model, duplicated, or it could be a completely different business model we can do together again. So there's all these different options, hundreds of different kinds of things we can do. I do anti-aging. I love doing anti-aging facilities, cosmetic facilities, spas, cosmetic surgery centers, cosmetic spas, anti-aging facilities with IV, oral anti-aging facilities. There are so many options. It's amazing. Urgent care, multi-specialty urgent cares, you name it, I have home health, home health facilities. We have drug rehabilitation facilities. We have outpatient, inpatient drug rehabilitation facilities. We have, I can't even tell you how many different options I have. I mean, there's so many different options. So you have semi-passive, you have passive, you have hands-on facilities where you get to work. You don't need to work. You get to own it and you don't do a thing. It's just a financial investment. It's a time investment, time and money, all kinds of options. So it depends on you, your specialty, your passion, your interest, what you want to do. So why don't you contact me? First, go on our website. businessstarmakers.com. And through there, you can send me an email, contact me, Dr. Davidson, and we'll sit down and have a conversation over Zoom, and then meet and plan and get things going. There's so many ways to make so much money, and whatever it is you want to do, we'll make it happen.